Hey, what's going on, guys? So I just listened back to this podcast and it has a real like sleepover chat kind of vibe to it. Kind of you're all in your sleeping bags, you got your eyes closed, it's dark out, and you're just talking about your life. You open up about things. So I think this one's gonna be best experienced when you get into bed. Put on some headphones or just put me on your speaker beside you. It'll be like we're in the same room together, and it's just a nice quiet chat. Just me. I did the same thing. I got into bed, had my eyes closed, and just talked to a mic for some amount of time. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. It's a very calm, quiet one. And like I said, let's get intimate on this one. Bring me to bed with you. Have a good one. Love you. Bye. All right, we're trying something new on this Air Out. Trying to get back to what this podcast was supposed to be, and not what it has somehow morphed into. A project that has just become like a easy routine for me, rather than trying to put out an honest representation of myself out there. So yeah, I felt like I'm gonna try and switch things up. I feel like whenever I'm just in bed at night, with my eyes closed, trying to sleep, that's when all my thoughts run wild, and I feel like I come up with a lot of stuff I want to say and then try and replicate on the podcast in just a broken, trying to form it in a concise and funny way. I feel like the original trains of thought, though, that's like what I get excited about talking about, and that's what I want to try and like access those while I'm like on air. But it just feels like whenever I sit in front of the mic and I know that the camera's rolling and the mic's hot, and I just feel like I'm putting on a performance rather than actually, talking about me. I'm like just picking highlights and trying to just, everything's cool and fun, everything's all good. When I feel like people would also appreciate talking about like everything, Like, Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. It doesn't mean it has to be like a depressing take on the podcast. I think more like just an honest, real state of the life. I just highlight I'm applying to Japan. Work's going great, having a lot of fun, shooting stuff with Ethan and Martin. Great, super fun. But I mean, just looking at the state of my room right now, probably like really just reflects what the core, the innermost of me, like the essence of me right now is feeling. And it's just, this room is just I'm a heathen. Like the setup I had to do to make this work is there's just a cable running straight across from my computer to my bed over a pile of clean clothes that has just been an eternal hell for me the past 7 days, just moving these clean clothes from my bed to my chair, to my bed, to my chair, because I put them on my bed saying, all right, if I put them on the bed, I can't get in that bed and can't go to sleep until I fold the clothes. And then when I come to bed, I say, there's no fucking chance I'm folding those clothes. And I put them back on the chair. And guess what? Next night, same thing happens. Every single time. There's just no fiber of my body that wants to stay 10 minutes. The 10 minutes it would take. I've moved these clothes for far more than 10 minutes. By the way, the cumulative time I've used, just in much smaller instances, it's total time's way over. I could have just folded these bad boys. And honestly, my like train of thought here, my plan of attack would be, since they're already folded up, they're all crinkled anyways, just run another fresh batch of laundry and just run it back. Just try and fold them right after that laundry load. Don't get back in this state, and then you're good. Just run a quick double batch of laundry. I can't separate. In the closet there's a hybrid breed of dirty and clean clothes. That laundry basket that I'm just not looking forward to dealing with. That's why it's shoved in the closet, just hidden away. Sarah flew in from Vancouver on Friday, and she was gonna be stopping by here, hanging out for the day. And I knew I had to clean up my room, so I just kind of I didn't, like the nights before I didn't fold this laundry. I just I did nothing, and then like the morning of, I just got up like an hour early, and instead of folding the clothes, I just shoved them in my closet and closed the curtain, and then like my room looked semi-tidy, but like she kept her stuff in my room, so obviously when she put her bags in there, she could have just checked in the closet and would have seen. It's just like a light white curtain, so I don't think it's deceiving anyone. But like I couldn't even put the effort to fold it then when I knew I had company coming over. And then yes, as soon as she left Friday night, I just pulled it right back out, just reconsumed my room, and it's just back to that state of a like it'd be a quick tidy. I'm not lying here. It'd be a quick 40-minute, clean session. But just the idea of doing it sounds awful. It just sounds miserable. Which also counterpoint to that, it also is miserable just living in this room because living in the mess just makes you feel like a mess. Just no organization. It's just chaos. Too much. I like chaos. Don't get me wrong. I like chaos. But a little too much chaos and you start to veer too far off the road. And then you don't know where you're at. But the problem is I just believe that I can flip gears at any point. I can just snap on the snap of a dime, the turn of a finger. I can just get back to a bit of a schedule, a bit of routine, just start working out, eating healthier. I know I have it in me. I've done it before, and the problem is I know that I've done it before, and I know if it gets to that point, I could easily turn it around. But there's no sense of urgency. I feel like in my life, I'm just comfortable. There's no stress. There's no anxiety. There's no like upcoming deadline or big date where everything's gonna change. It's just yeah, I can kind of just be on cruise control for it feels like right now, honestly. But maybe this state of mind of just chaos and consuming myself. Maybe that is the end of the cruise control, and I gotta start. I don't know what the metaphor would be. Hitting the gas pedal, I guess, speeding up. But I mean, sometimes you turn the cruise control off because you have to slow down. I feel like more frequently I turn off cruise control, but I have to slow down, not because if I'm going to speed up, I would just be jamming that up button. So I don't think I'd be hitting the gas pedal. Oh, but anyways, yeah. I did paint something yesterday. Actually, I started painting. I thought of the idea like maybe I'll paint a moldy birthday cake. Since last year I painted a birthday cake on my birthday, and Jesus Christ. Sorry about that. My phone is all the way on the ground though, and my eyes are closed. I'm under my weighted blanket. Just the thought of reaching down there. So I hope whoever just texted me will not text again. We can all pray for that. Um, oh, what just killed my train of thought? Just killed it. It's gone. I have no idea where I was. I have no idea what I was just talking about. I'm sorry. And I'm not getting out of bed to check the computer. I wouldn't get down and get my phone. I'm not gonna rewind. Maybe it'll come back to me. Maybe it won't. I don't know. Um wow. I did tell myself I would just like record extra long and if there's just weak moments, just quiet points where I'm just pondering because the mind just goes in waves. It's not always constant go go go. Sometimes you gotta let the tank empty and then refill. You know, just clear it out. I had this moment yesterday. I got I got stoned. I got high because I wanted to get high and play Clone Hero, and I was like fired up for that. So man, first of all, finding a light in this house is impossible. We only have one, and of course we only use it to get stoned. So every time I'm putting the lighter away, I'm stoned. Can't trust that guy. I have no idea where he's gonna put it. He's a renegade. So every single time I want to get stoned, I have to go searching for a lighter for 10 minutes. And I looked for a lighter for 20 minutes. So finally, I'm like, what? I'm just gonna go to the convenience store and get 3 lighters. That's what I did. Drove over to the convenience store, grabbed 3 lighters, then drove back, got stoned, played a little Clone Hero, and after like 2 songs, I just had this anxiety creeping into me, and I'm like, whoa, that hasn't been there for a while. That's a new feeling, or not a new feeling. That's a new face of an old friend. Um, so I stopped playing the song, put the guitar in the laundry basket, which it is still there. It's still in that laundry basket, exactly where I left it. Cable still attached to my computer, hanging across the doorway to the closet. Yeah. Put the guitar down, took my headphones off, and there's just silence, just pure silence, and not outside in the world. There were cars driving by, and they're driving through the wet road, like the trees rustling in the wind, and all that thing. Just like, you know, what's it called? Just background noise, just ambient noise. And I realized it was silent because like I had no thoughts. My head was just quiet. Nothing was going on. I was just in the moment. I was just looking around my room, looking at my paintings, and just looking at the state of it too. Just being like, is this really how you want to live? Is this really what you're comfortable in? Is this really what you want to do when you know you can just change it? You can just fix it. Right now, you can get out of this chair. You can fold that laundry. You can put it away. You can tidy up your desk. You can do a painting, and you know what? You can do a painting without filming it. Because you can just do things to enjoy it for yourself, you know? You can just do things to make yourself happy. It doesn't always have to be to get attention from other people. You can do a painting and not post it on Instagram and not film it for a podcast or film it for a YouTube video. You can just paint your heart away and make whatever you want. And it doesn't matter what it is. And you got to just stop, you know, trying to do everything as a performance for other people. And then when you're by yourself, you do nothing. You do nothing. You just wait for someone else to come along and provide you with entertainment, and you provide them with entertainment. That was a soliloquy by Airin Brock. And I just sat in this silence and just enjoyed it. Sat in that office chair. Again, I realized the mess. If there's still, knowing I do want to change it, and it would be better for me, it would make me more, I feel like it would make me more organized, to be organized. You know, have a cleaner mind, have a clearer mind, you know, having less clutter all around. And I said, there's just no way I'm getting out of this chair, though. I'm just so incredibly comfortable. My body needs this rest. Because I tell you, I use and abuse this body, and I do nothing to care for it. I wonder how sometimes it's still running after what I put it through. Absolutely just the worst foods, so much fast food and Uber Eats, and just at work, halfway I was just closed. You know, someone for me, you know, a homemade sandwich at least every day. So now we've gotten pizza and Wendy's. Just greasy food coming down at lunch. I do not feel good. My body it's screaming at me. It's not enjoying this, but it's not enough to, you know, slow me down, so we're just gonna deal with it. Oh, but it's a miracle. I physically use it, and then to refuel it, I just put the worst gasoline. I just scoop some mud off the side of the road and just toss it in my gas tank and say, we're good to go. Piss in it. Yeah, it is crazy. What was I talking about, though? Not doing the laundry? Sitting in that moment. That's actually when I came up with this, when I was sitting on that silent moment. Came up with the idea for this podcast, to just sit down and put on a hot mic and just, you know, not think about talking to other people, not thinking of talking about, you know, performing for other people and doing this for a crowd, just thinking about, you know, what kind of stuff do I talk about? How would I talk to myself if I were doing a podcast? What's the best way to just get my brain into the podcast? And that's just to lie down and say everything out loud rather than just thinking it. Which, to be fair, could be a terrible idea. It could be horrible. This could just be a long string of unconnected thoughts. Just a paragraph with no period. It's just comma, 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 semicolon. That the semicolon is not in the proper place, by the way. I don't know where semicolon is supposed to go. I don't just straight up don't use them. I will never, anything I've ever written, I will not throw the semicolon. I guess sometimes Word will throw, if Word throws one in for me, I'll use words, but I'll never type my own. I don't use that key because I don't know when to use it. I'm okay to admit that. I am strong enough and confident enough in my ability that I will admit that. I'm not good with a keyboard, though. Like, I mean, I play a lot of video games with a keyboard, but I, like, knowing where all the keys are, I feel like I know, but I don't know. Like, if I had to write out, I should try just writing out every key on a keyboard. I don't think I could do it. I don't think so. Like, I still, even, like, in video games, 1, 2, 3, 4 is, like, common to, like, change your 4 weapons. And, like, sometimes you have to, like, look down to do those. 1, 2, 3, 4, the most common things to use. For my left hand, it's QWERTY. Not is it QWERTY? No, not QWERTY. It's WASD is what I'm saying. WASD. That's your move. Those are your 4 directions. So you base all your other keys around that. And even those, I have to think about those hard. Like, those are probably the only keys I really know. Everything east of that, I don't know what's going on that side of the keyboard. No clue. I'm not a fast typer either. I can go fast, but then I just stumble. Like, I got no distance. I could get maybe like half the sentence out, ripping speed, and then I hit a wall, and I could lose all momentum. I just can't regain it. And I'm going to stumble again after that. I trip once, sprain my ankle, then I hobble again and trip, bruise my knee, and then get back up, trip. Oh, there goes my elbow. And then I just crawl over the finish line with like 60 words per minute. Yeah, you'd think I'd be better at it. I guess I didn't take enough. I didn't take those all the right type classes serious enough in elementary school. I never did that hand placement thing. Is that the optimal way? It probably is, honestly. It probably is, but I refuse to believe it. I feel like my rogue renegade way that I just learned to do it and it is effective enough so I don't change it, which is what I do for absolutely everything in my life. If it does its job, we're good. We're fine. Leave it alone. But I could just, learn that position. I bet I could learn it fast because I'm also a good learner. That's the thing. I just don't have a desire to be a sustained learner. I learn enough and then I'm like, cut it off. Don't tell me anymore. I don't care. I'm over it. I'm on to this next thing now. Speaking of learning things, Chris and I finally got back to Muay Thai on Monday. It was a lot of fun. We both have pads now, so we can like practice combos against each other, hitting the gloves. So you don't hit us hard, but it's a lot of fun hitting like a fucking. I don't even remember the words, but like ducking under a hit, punch me in the belly, hook. Oh, feels so good. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, you feel so sick doing it. You feel like, I don't know. I never want to be in a fight. It's terrifying. I've never had someone like really angry at me, and I feel like just that, having someone like have a look in their eye like they are ready to physically hurt me. I've never seen that before, so I feel like that would have an effect on me immediately. Seeing that like, oh, that would be shocking. I don't know how I would respond to that. I feel like just fear like, oh, I don't want to be here right now. I don't want to be anywhere near this person, and just bolt, gone. See you later. Land speed record. Where to go? Looney Tunes legs, where it's just like they spin, and a dust cloud comes up behind me. That's me. Gone. See you later. I'm already back in bed, high and taking a nap, before they even know I'm gone. It's crazy. Oh, what was I talking about? Yeah, fighting Muay Thai, but it is like it's a thinker. It's a thinking sport too. Because like he's gonna throw one hand to the other, and you have to duck either one way or the other, and that means that your combo, you're leading with a different hand. It's so like just a moment where sometimes he like telegraphs what he's gonna do, what he's gonna swing, and then I just like freeze. Deer in the headlights. He's like, I'm going to hit you, and I can't do anything. My brain's just like trying to go through every step. Like, okay, it's left hand, so that means I will duck left and hit with my right hand to his belly, and by that point he already hit me. But it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's also funny that we practice Muay Thai in his driving simulator. Not his driving simulator. What am I saying here? His golf simulator. Because I kept saying like we're practicing to go fight people at the driving range. I think that's just gonna be our deal, our playground. Just go heckle people's golf swings and then square up to them. Any age, I don't care. I'll fight anybody. I will always punch down though. So when I say anybody, I mean anybody weaker than me that I'm very confident I can win the fight. Anyone with a fraction of a chance, there's no chance I'm rolling the dice on that. Because sometimes I'm an unlucky guy. Sometimes I'm a very unlucky guy. But that also comes with great luck. Both sides of the coin, yin and yang, Avada Kedavra. Oh man, my throat is getting parched. And also the problem is, since my eyes are closed, I have absolutely no idea how long this podcast has been going on for. I don't know if I've been talking for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour. No clue. And I feel like if I stop and look at the clock, it's gonna like take me out of it. and then having to like lie back down and like get back into this state. I feel like I have to just talk until I naturally don't want to talk anymore. I feel like that's the option, and you guys have to just suffer through this experimental episode. I don't know if you guys can. I don't know if you would. It's just gonna be a whole lot of nonsense. But I feel like I have to get through this stage of just being able to like just freely speak my mind and just say what I want to say, and then encapsulate that by actually doing some real research and like actually like looking into topics I'm interested in, and then telling it back to you as this open and like my way of saying it, rather than just spend an hour and a half, 2 hours reading 5 Google tabs about whatever your topic is and just pretty much copying verbatim what the websites have written down, but changing a few phrases and words just to get like it's slightly my own. I don't know why I'm like trying to hide plagiarism when this document's going nowhere, and I'm literally just reading the websites back to you guys. I'm not doing it's a terrible way to do it. It's like it's one of those things where I think it's a good idea, but it's just poor execution, very poor execution, and it's I like it more. I gotta make stuff I like and stop trying to be like, what would be a good topic that would make me interesting and stand out? What would be a topic for clicks but also unique? And that's probably not the way to do it. I mean, I guess it is probably, if I really just lean into the clickbait titles and stuff like that, I guess that is a way to do it, but I don't know if that's the way I want to grow stuff. I want people to find it because they liked the title I came up with, and they liked the thumbnail I came up with, and they liked the podcast I came up with. Not because I just molded it into what most people like and just pushed it out the door. Oh, my head's been hurting lately. By lately, I mean today. I think I'm just dehydrated. This water bottle's really taken a beating too. Like, I haven't taken this black case off it, and look, okay. Complete honest moment, I've never washed this water bottle. I've had it for 2 years now. I've only ever put water in it. Nothing else but water has been in that water bottle. And there's been no change in taste, no change in smell. It's an all metal water bottle. This black case I've had on it, have not taken it off since I put it on. I've dropped it multiple times. I feel like the bottom's dented, but I haven't looked at it. I think the zipper's broken, so I can't really unzip it. So until this water bottle, the straw, if you heard me drink from it, it just has a loud whistle when I drink, every time I drink it. And I feel like, I mean, when people haven't heard it, everyone I'm used to, everyone I hang out with is like used to the water bottle sound. It's just part of the noise. But yeah, to people who haven't heard it before, it is quite shocking that noise goes on. Honestly, I'm impressed that people aren't more upset by it. And there's like a little hole, so it's one of those like flip up like sippy cup spout things with a straw on it. It's such an unflattering way to drink water too. But I don't want to like dump the jug over my head every time because it's a big water bottle. So I feel like the straw is just the most convenient way for me to get water, no matter how it looks. But like, so you flip it up, and there's kind of like the pivot point. There's that little ball at the base of the spout, and on that ball there's like a little slit on the top that air is leaking out of. So when I flip it up, I then have to push my finger over that hole and try and seal it as best as I can. I think the hole's getting bigger because my seal is getting worse and worse. But I have to do that to like kind of hide the whistle. Well, that's where the whistle comes from. And also to get more water out of it. But yeah, the flow rate I'm getting out of it it's slowing down. Honestly, it might become time to retire this water bottle, but I'm not one to retire things. I'm one to just work them into the ground until they no longer work anymore, and then getting something new, you know? I don't have a lot of new stuff. Like Delilah, she's going to be around for a long time. I'm going to drive that car until I physically cannot drive that car. And it's going to be really tough not being with her for that year. She's just, I guess, I don't know where she's going to be parked. I don't know if I can just leave her at my parents' house. I guess if they want to pay the insurance, they could drive her. But I guess my dad would still probably just take her out just to keep the battery good and stuff. But I don't know if they want to pay the insurance on it. But their insurance actually, for them, it'd be super cheap. My insurance is just shit. stupid that my insurance went up after I got rear-ended. Like I didn't do anything. I stopped at a red light and I got hit, and they're like, all right, yeah, you're a danger. Get this man. We're gonna have to charge you a little bit extra because you're a hazardous driver. You're gonna watch out here, man. How'd you let that guy just creep up on you? You don't have your wits about you. Head on a swivel. I should have dodged out of the way. Yeah, but it's that car. That car. I've shared a lot of moments in that car with myself. That car. That's where a lot of airing out happens in that car. Talking to myself on long road trips. Cried in that car a lot. Yeah, that car is something special. I love that car. A deep love of Delilah, and I also love that my friends were referred to as Delilah and respect her as well. She is just a peach, and I think I like it because I think she's gonna be a character now in like people's stories. Like in the future, we're gonna be like, oh, you guys remember Delilah? And like, oh, we had such good times driving in New Jersey, and that excites me. Oh, that excites me having like old memories. I'm just thinking about not being in the glory days. That's what I'm. That's my glory days. Is looking back. Oh, um, yeah, I just lost my train of thought again. It's crazy how fast it goes. And do you guys get that too? Where you just if you stop thinking about something, it's gone. It's sayonara. Good luck trying to remember that. Although I got good memory though. So where are they going? Like they're circling back at some point and they're just taking a long way. They're taking like the brain's curvy. It's a lot of roads, and they're taking every twist and turn to get to the memory storage. Out from the thought processing area to the memory storage. It's normally it's a straight shot. Normally it's pretty quick, but sometimes, man, highways closed and they gotta take the back roads. And it's like one of those situations where there's like one mountain road and there's a boulder that blocks it or a rock fall or something. It's like a 4-hour detour. I think that's what's going on in this situation here. There's some kind of road blockage. Maybe like some THC. Do you think? Do you think that might do it? I maybe that's what's blocking the highway. Maybe. Could be. Who knows, though? Who knows? It's a mystery. It's a mystery for sure. Does the glove fit? I don't know. You tell me. Oh, maybe a little neck hit. Just be fully open with my coping mechanisms. That's right, folks. He uses drugs. I vowed to ditch the Nick though. Once I'm done at Westmount, which seems it's gonna be next week, so this is gonna be the last few days. Well, I guess the last 2 weeks with the caliber in here, and then I think I gotta just toss it. Like I can't have it around. If I just like threw the pot out and just had the battery still, I would maybe just give it to somebody. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe I can't give it to Chris. Maybe Will would take it. We're gonna see him like mid-November, like right when I'm done. So that would be a good gift. Just we already gave him after Chris's party. Will's like, hey, do you guys have like extra weed I could have? I'm like, of course. Yeah, we got a full mason jar of Daryl's weed. So he's like taking some out, and he like, took some. He's like, is that too much? Is that enough? I'm like, Will, you can take as much as you want. I don't want any of this in our house. He's like, so you're just passing the addiction on to me? I'm like, yes, sir. This is all yours now. I'm just trying to get it off my plate and onto yours. And that's what I'm going to do with the nicotine. Just pass it on down the line to Will. Just get him hooked on all sorts of things. I mean, he introduced me to the weed, so really, I just gave it back. I'm done with it. I'm not obviously not done with it because I just used it today. But in that sense of that story, in that plot line that I was just speaking of, oh, I lost it. I lost the ending statement. I lost the conclusory statement to that statement. Yeah, well, something with THC. Thihanaboid cannabinoid. Thihanaboid cannabinoid. THC.
What does nicotine stand for? It's a really long anagram. Nothing ignores cats. The problem is now I gotta spell nicotine. Nothing ignores cats on top. Nick. No, what's wrong? What did I say? Nothing ignores cats on top. Nicot. That's right. Nicot. Nothing ignores cats on top. And then what is it? Een. On top if no one eats. No one ignores cats on top if no one eats. That's what nicotine stands for. No one ignores cats on top if no one eats. What does that mean, though? Like, no one ignores cats on top. What does that mean? Like, who came up with that? I don't know. What are the cats? And no one ignores cats on top if no one eats. Oh, no one ignores cats on top. Nicotine. It spells nicotine. No one ignores cats on top if no one eats. Nicotine. That's cool. It's like an anagram. I feel like I'm getting close to wanting to open my eyes now. But there's a part of me that wants to keep going. That feels like I'm going to find another wind. But I feel like this is entering a natural conclusion. So, yeah. Yo, that was only half an hour. I was like really hoping I would get up and see like 55 minutes and be like, wow, crushed it. Nailed it. Off the cuff. I just know my timing so well. And I only hit half the mark. That sucks because I really do feel like my mind has disparu, has disappeared. Maybe there's something I could. You know what I was gonna talk about for this podcast? I was gonna talk. It was gonna be about facial hair. We're gonna talk because it's Movember, so let's talk about facial hair. And I was gonna look up facial hair from around the world and history of facial hair. And I'm like, man, that's if I really wanted to do it, I would have done it. I feel like when you really want to do something, you do it. It's just very rarely do I really want to do something. And it's because I have exceeded. I guess it was the dopamine. I need a dopamine fast. I need to stop looking at my phone. I did switch over my phone. I found this like minimalist phone thing, and it like makes your phone. You can still access all your apps and stuff, but it's just such like a basic all black screen design. Text. All your apps are just white text, and you just scroll through them to find the app you want. You can have 3 apps on your home screen unless you want to pay for it, which I'm like, there's no chance I'm paying for you to make my phone worse. But it has reduced my usage of the phone because this kind of if you don't see the app icons, you kind of don't. It's hard to like get pulled into the app. You just draw your attention. Like you close YouTube and you're on the home screen, then you just see Instagram. Like, oh, I can just pop in and check Instagram. Then you close Instagram, and like, oh shit, YouTube. Look at that, and then go back to YouTube. But I can't do that. I have to physically scroll through a list to go to YouTube, and then if I leave YouTube, that's to physically scroll up to go to Instagram. And every time I click on an app, it's like, how much time do you want to spend on this app? And it's like 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And then after that timer's up, a thing will pop up on the screen like, hey, you've hit your time limit. You can't have more time, or you should get a life. So yeah, it's been working. It's been working. My phone is on its last legs though. This thing is just, it can't hold a charge. Charging it, you gotta find the precise angle to get that charger in and then place it down gingerly. And then hope that nothing shakes it and it gets, jostled and slightly and it's no longer charging and then your phone is at 12% when you wake up in the morning. It's horrible. But then again, the idea of having to just drive to Kudo, I think I'm with Kudo. Having to drive to Kudo and like picking out a new phone and finding like a cheap one Cheap one, but like a good one. You know, I can do all the stuff I want to do, which, honestly, I was thinking about it. I'm like, feel like going back to a flip phone would really help my life. I feel like it would really help clear my mind. You know, because yesterday when I was in the silent state, call back to that first half hour of the podcast, um, I started painting. Did I talk about painting? Was that a train of thought that I abandoned before? Maybe. Let's see if I abandon it again. And I was like, I'm gonna do something like, calm, just enjoy this calm mind. I'm gonna sit down and paint for the first time in 5 months or something, since June I think. Yeah, so 5 months. So yeah, I started painting this cake, and I'd really enjoy it, and then I'd just really hate it like 5 minutes later, and I'd be like, I'm so bored. I don't want to do this. I'm so bored. I want to look at my phone. I want to look at my fantasy team. I want to text people. I want to message people, see what they're doing. I want a distraction. I don't want to be in this moment. And I just fought it. And I'm like, just keep painting. Just keep painting. I just kept painting, kept painting. Until I got a point where I'm like, I don't want to make this painting. And that's what I realized. Is I don't want to make this painting I'm doing this, because I realized I'm making this painting because I wanted to post it on Instagram next to the other one. Because I wanted people to see it, and I wanted people to acknowledge me. And that's why I was doing that painting. And so I just I grabbed a thick brush and just dipped it in some of the paint and just like started scratching over it. And I just started fucking up this painting. Like, I hate this painting. Get rid of this painting. I don't want to see it. It's an embarrassment. This is me trying to appease to people and just make something I think people will enjoy. So I like painted over that with a bunch of colors, and then I looked at it and I kind of like that the style. So then I like grabbed more colors and like painted in a different direction, and like did that to like covered most of that old painting, and now I have this like abstract, paint strokes of different colors and sizes going across this small canvas. And then I like grabbed gray and like started like, stroking, like just stroking a man. Actually gently stroking a gray man onto this abstract background. And like I made like his arms and his just like a basic like robed body and a hood. I think, oh, that looks cool too. I like this. Not even like thinking about what I was doing painting. I feel like the conclusion I came to today was that I do too much thinking when painting rather than just like feeling. I'm trying to like think out so far ahead of what this painting is going to be and trying to like imagine it in my head and then try and like just replicate that while thinking about it rather than just like, you know, just let my hand kind of go for it. Let my hand and my brain communicate and get myself out of there, you know? Get Aaron, he's got to go, you get out of the kitchen when you're cooking. We can't have Aaron here. He's too peering over your shoulder, just giving you directions the whole time, commenting on what you're doing. No, we can't have him. He is the weakest link. We need him out of this equation. Go give him some other job, you know? Have him go file some memories or some shit. Oh, god damn it. Painting. Yeah, okay, yeah. I painted this gray man. And then I wanted to fill in his face. I want to have like a dark face. So I got black and then I put black on his face and then I hated it. The black is just so contrasting. It's so black that it just ruined the painting. So I tried to like paint some wings on him or something, and at this point I was like, I don't know, I was thinking too much about it. I had lost the flow state of just kind of doing it and doing what felt right and not, not questioning myself. And now I was like pausing and like, would this look good? Would this look good? And then I was like, okay, you know what? Let's just go back to what works. So I'm like, I'm gonna paint a frog. And I just started trying to paint a frog. Just grabbed green, did like some big broad brush strokes, and then this frog turned into, it's not a frog anymore. I don't know. You're not gonna see it. I haven't posted it. It's on my wall. So if you want to see it, you gotta come see me. That's the rule. That's why no one came to visit me, because I just showed them all the paintings for free. But once, I'm just gonna talk about these paintings. I like the painting. I don't know what it is. I have no idea what it turned into. But I like it. It's like a very, very different. It feels like a new, what is it? The blue period or whatever. You know those artist phases? I'm in a new period. I'm having my period. This is it. This is my new period. The colorful, not thinking about it phase. Because honestly, every painting I've done before, I've been like, I'm trying to make like a joke. I'm trying to make like, I want people to look at it and be like, oh, I get it. Oh, that's funny. Rather than just be like, oh, that's cool. I like that painting, you know? What if I just try like making something that looks cool and doesn't always have to get that, oh, that's funny reaction? I think that'd be a fun approach. That'd be a fun approach to do it. My head is still hurting. I think I should drink some water. Oh, what? I mentioned something. Was painting the thing that I said I was going to come back to? I don't know. Because now at this point, I don't know what I thought about saying or what I have said. I could have repeated myself multiple times in this podcast already. It could have happened. I don't know, though. I don't know. Should I? So the question is, ladies and folks, am I going to fold my laundry after this podcast? After all this talk of how I know I should do it, I know I need to do it, it's a burden on my life, I should tidy up my room, I should be more productive. Am I going to do it? Or am I going to take the nap I've been delaying to do this podcast? Or am I going to hit up Chris and Will and see if they want to play video games? You know? One of those options is worse than the other two. Exponentially. But in the long run, it's better. The delayed gratification. I don't like that delayed. No way. I want gratification now. I want it right now. I don't want future Airin to get the gratification. Fuck no. I hate that dude. I screw that dude over all the time. I'm trying to ruin his life. You want me to give him a present in the future? No way. We are all about present Airin. He gets all the gratification he needs. He's the man. He's the big chief. He's in charge. He makes all the decisions. He shouldn't. He probably shouldn't. I wish there was a service that you could call and you could like explain your situation to them and like they could give you a professional decision makers. Like, I know you chose this way, we got that, but that might be because of this and this reason. But this is actually a better route decision for you and for your life. And like, oh, okay, thank you, decision maker. You know, because sometimes I feel like, not even like big decisions. Like big decisions I think I should make, not like life decisions. But there's some decisions where I'm so 50-50 on it that it would be nice to have some other insight, you know? And just have someone make it for you. You know, because you can just go back and forth on it. And maybe those small decisions could add up. And they could really change, you know? Like World War III or whatever. Kill a butterfly and it's, you kill someone's grandmother. Like butterfly effect. I'd have to go on a plane to go to Japan too. I was thinking about that. I've never fly, and I've flown to Thailand and Japan. Just the longest flights I could possibly go on it, and I'd never fly. Drove to New Jersey. Drove to Ohio. You know, if I ever go to Florida, I'd probably drive to Florida. I would enjoy it. I would enjoy the drive more than the fly. I'll be honest. So I don't know what I'm complaining about. I just don't want to do this. This is going to be a long flight. I'm not even in the program yet. I don't want to keep talking about like I am. Maybe I should stop I got to stop just living in the future, you know? I got to stop thinking about future Airin. I hate that guy. I don't really hate that guy, though. He's got some good qualities, I'm sure. You'd have to, because you'd have to build upon this guy. Unless he's a worse person because someone's been sabotaging him. Someone's been throwing heat his way for long. He's got a lot to work with. I'll be honest. I have put in a shift for him. He's got a lot of debt. He's gonna have to deal with at some point. It's gonna come his way. Probably gonna have some cholesterol issues, I'm sure. His love handles aren't going anywhere. He's gonna be stuck on me forever. I'm always gonna have this waist. I don't know if I could trim up the. I guess maybe in Japan. I'm not going to Japan though. Don't say it yet. But I'll probably be pretty healthy there, I feel like, you know. I won't understand any of the Uber Eats over there. I won't be able to order from the menu. Like, I don't understand. Probably won't know what my address is. I won't know what any streets are. I have absolutely no idea where I am. And absolutely nobody I know around me. How about that? I will be on the opposite side of the planet from everybody I know. That's a that's a thought. That's a feeling. Everything I have experienced up to this point in my life uh, is, I was gonna say irrelevant over there, but it's like a completely different way of being raised in culture. So everything I'm used to will be different. I feel like it's just gonna be a different vibe, you know. And I gotta just fit in. I gotta find that vibe, match that wavelength. I'll be just fine. Just be cruising. Looking forward to talking to these kids too. I feel like it'd be a lot of fun. I want to get like older, like 14, 15-year olds. I feel like I could connect with those kids, you know? Younger kids, I don't really know what to talk about. They don't have that big of a vocabulary, so they don't get any of my jokes, you know? So it's tough. I use a lot of metaphors and a lot of callbacks in my jokes, and they don't pay too much attention to the flow of the conversation to pick up on those. So I don't really like those younger kids. But like 14, 15 years, I can make them laugh because I still got this stupid teenage boy humor. You know, I still got doo-doo humor. Still got a filthy mouth, so I'm fine talking to them. I can make some buddies, I'm sure. Then I can like have them carry me in Valorant because I'm sure they're all sick. Or probably Smash Bros. They could teach me. I'm gonna come back, dude. I'm gonna come back from Japan so good at Smash Bros. Oh, it's gonna be insane. Oh, I can't wait to come back and just dummy everybody after I've been smoked for so long. Oh my god. I'm gonna get a belt made. I'm just gonna bring my Switch everywhere I go and plug it in 1v1 me. Every time someone wants to do something, hey, you wanna go for a walk? Sure, 1v1 me first. Hey, grab me a beer? Yeah, sure, 1v1 me though. And the Switch, I don't have to doesn't have to plug it into the, what's it called? The TV. Just pop those Joy-Cons off, slow switch down, you're playing. So they can't even say, no, like, oh, we gotta set up the TV. Like, no, don't need it. I got everything to go right here. If you got time for me to grab you a beer, you got time to play me one stock in Smash Bros. No ifs, ands, or buts. I want to open my eyes again. But there's no way that this has been half an hour. If I know how long the last half hour was, this has been like 10 minutes. Which is weird. I feel like time goes by slower when my eyes are closed than when my eyes are open. I guess when my eyes are open, I can like see the sun setting. I can see, you know, I don't know what else will be changing, but the sun setting and the getting darker and all that such and sorts and that much. But yeah, I guess that's even like when you're asleep. 8 hours. Was I just saying time goes slower? So that means 8 hours would feel longer, and that is not the case. 8 hours of sleep feels like nothing at all. So there goes that hypotenuse. But right now in this moment, time has gone by very slowly. Which, I feel like I've been talking constantly, and with how slowly it's been going, we have had a lot of topic changes, I feel like. I feel like we might have dabbled in more than 4 or 5 things. This might be a hard one to write a description for what it's about. I mean, I think this podcast should just be called Air Out. Because that's what this was. I was thinking about, should I get a therapist again? You know, it was good to, like, just, vent. And just, like, be able to say, kind of just say your thoughts openly and be like, hey, you legally can't tell anybody, so we're good. But it's expensive. It's expensive. I think like when I go to Japan though, I might need it. If it's a big culture shock and I feel like that could do some work on you. So that might be a good way to help ease my transition. But we'll see. It's a ways away. And again, speaking like it's gonna happen, it might not happen. There's a possibility it might not happen, and I'm working at a golf course in Victoria. You know? Either way, it'd be fun. It'd be fun times, man. Man, you know what I should do tonight? Take a shower. Really should take a shower, because I didn't shower after Muay Thai, because I had to drive to the airport to pick up Sarah. Her flight got delayed, and then I was at Chris's house when she told me, and Chris was like, oh, she can stay in the guest bed. I'm like, well, that's way better than sleeping on my couch, so perfect. So then, yeah, right after Muay Thai, we went for a walk at Chris's house, and I had to zip to the airport. So I never got to shower, because then Chris made us tacos. And we watched a like a Christmas rom-com comedy. Rom-com comedy. A Christmas rom-com. Um, and then went to bed, and I'd get up at 4:30, drive Sarah back to the airport for 5. We got to do that like 5:10 for a 6:45 flight. Go through security, and then went home. Could have taken a shower then, but just went back to bed and went late to work. And then that was Tuesday. And yeah, after Monday, I just I didn't do anything. I didn't do it. When I got home from work, I think I just went for a nap. Then after the nap, I didn't feel like getting in the shower because that would wake me up. um. So yeah, I just haven't gotten around to it. It's Wednesday. We're in a toque for the past 3 days. So the hair's just been in there all by itself, cramped up, just greasing up to its neighbor. So yeah, a shower. Honestly, I feel like if I showered, the chance of doing my laundry goes way up. If I don't feel like such a trash heap. So that could be something to pay attention to. That could be another possibility on top of the other 3. Shower is easier than laundry. I'll give it that. Because once you're in the shower, it's enjoyable. Whereas like laundry is not enjoyable for the entire process. Shower, once you're in it, enjoyable process. Warm water, get some music going, dance around, shampoo, condition, body wash. Get out, moisturize your face. Look at how little your beard has grown back since shaving it. Check the date. See, it's been 9 days since you shaved, and this is all you've managed to grow, and that at this rate, it's going to be 2 months until you have a full mustache again. And you're regretting the decision to partake in this Movember challenge. You should have just had a mustache for Movember, and no one would have known. No one would have known. You never had to reveal your face. You never had to reveal your identity. I feel so vulnerable without this mustache. I guess I haven't talked about it because I didn't do a podcast last week. Oh, I forgot. I didn't do a podcast last week. And last week was my birthday. I guess we kind of skipped over that. I guess I didn't even talk about the Halloween party. I just totally forgot that this was a podcast. Now you guys aren't filled in on the past week that's happened. That's kind of dope, and it just kept on going. We had the Halloween party. Yeah, we didn't talk about that. Oh, that would have been great podcast material. Merryman Barnacle Boy went off great. We got the photo, and the photo's funny because I'm way lower than Ethan. I was trying to we both had different strategies. Ethan was going power, trying to go high and lift those knees up. I was trying to just lift my knees up and keep my butt where I thought a car seat would be. So then we get the picture, and Ethan's flying. We both got the postures great. The photo's fantastic. But Ethan's hovering above me. I'm in a little sidecar. Oh, it looks so funny. It came out great. Chris just took a slow-mo video of it, and then we just grabbed a frame. All the costumes were sick. It was super fun seeing everyone in costume. Super fun party, but the problem was I wasn't drinking, and that was the end of our weed tolerance break, our 3.5 week break. So yeah, just got some edible drinks, some THC drinks, and we had the bong and the vape pen, and do we have the peak? We might have had the peak. I think so. I think we had the peak, the Puffco peak, the vaporizer bong. So yeah, I just got stoned all night, and the problem with getting stoned is you are losing energy as the night goes on, and all the people drinking are gaining energy. So you're just at one point you're very close to each other, and you're at a perfect level, but then my line just dips down, and their line dips up, and we never meet. Star-crossed lovers that never meet. And then I end up sitting on the couch next to Roy, Andrea's friend, who took an edible himself, a 5 milligram one. He's new to, I think it was his first ever edible, and he was super baked sitting on that couch. And I went down, sat next to him, and then they were playing Clone Hero, and the eyes shut once, and then that was game over, because I fought it for a few eye shuts and opens, and then I just gave in. It was 12:30, and then just slept on the couch next to Roy for 4 hours. till Ethan woke me up at 3:45, like, hey, we should go. We should Uber home. I'm like, yeah, okay, good idea. And then yeah, go upstairs. Woke up feeling great though the next day. I felt fine. No hangover. Clear mind. Felt fantastic. I mean, the stomach was a little rough because there were so many snacks and so much food. Such like an assortment of like Halloween candy, fresh fruit platter, veggie platter, pizza, Nanaimo bars, chicken wings, garlic bread, like just everything you can ask for. Now it's just dabbling all over it, just constantly munching all night, just grazing. And so yeah, waking up the next day, my stomach was just not, just about a couple poops. It cleaned it out. We got it all out, luckily. None of it's still in there, I don't think. So that's good. That's good. Yeah. So what else? Then we had my birthday, and on my birthday we went to see Whiplash. Whiplash live. So if you guys know the movie Whiplash, it's that drumming movie from like 8 years ago, with Miles Teller and J.K. Rowling, where he's like the really mean drum, the conductor, and this kid he like breaks the kid, and then the kid becomes a really good drummer after, and he has a big solo at the end. And it's a big musical. I guess if you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, but whatever. Um, yeah, so they were doing a live soundtrack to Whiplash. So it was at the Kitchener One Theater, Kitchener Theater One or something. The Kitchener Theater. Probably only one Kitchener Theater. Um, and so they had like the band on the stage, and it was the conductor was the composer of the movie. So like it was his music that he was now touring with it. This was the first time in Canada, second show in Canada. First time in Canada, second show in Canada. Yeah, they played in Toronto the night before or something, or the weekend before or whatever. Um, yeah, so that was just I like the movie. I've seen the movie like 4 times. I enjoyed the movie. I watched the final drum solo scene multiple times when drunk. So I'm pretty into the movie. I was very excited to see the live drum solo. Yeah, so we went with Ethan. I was trying to think of what the grammatically. I was gonna go Ethan, me, Brady, Victoria, and I, but I think I threw him. Ethan, Brady, Victoria, me, and I. All went, and oh, the brain's gone. Yeah, Brady and Victoria found the tickets, invited Ethan. Ethan passed along to me, and I was like, hell yeah, I love this movie. So yeah, we all went to the theater, had a great time. It was super cool. You kind of get lost. Like I'd watch the movie and I would forget that there's a live soundtrack being performed because there was a good timing was all great, and the volume was good. So then I'll be like, oh yeah, there's a band going. And I look down at the band, but then I didn't want to miss parts of the movie. Even though I've seen the movie so much, then I look back up and it was a constant nodding, head going up and down, looking at what to look at. But usually if there's like a performance going on, like if they're at a music competition or something, I'd just watch the band, and then if there's like dialogue, I'd watch the movie, which makes sense. When the band wasn't playing, I didn't watch them, but sometimes I did, just to see what they're doing when they're idle, see what they get up to, who do they chat with, who's all friends. Um, yeah, yeah, people watching is fun. The theater was only like half full though, which was a little sad. People don't appreciate jazz anymore, but I bet if it was some TikTok concert, it would be a full house. You know, I bet that would get those Gen Xers out. What is Gen Xer? What year is Gen X? Gen X is like right after millennial, like 95, 96, because 94 is the last year millennials, right? I'm the last of its kind. The chosen one. So yeah, Gen X was 95, and then what is Gen Z like after 2000? Maybe like 2010s? 2010s kids? Is that the next generation? How long is a generation? I don't know. Is there a standard? Is there a unit of measure? Is it like 15 years? Is it 25 years? I guess the generation is like when, would it be like 18 or 20 years? Like when you can have kids? When you would have kids and start another generation? Is that how long it would be? I have no idea. I don't know who determines these things. I wasn't on the committee. Oh, I feel like looking at my computer again, though. This is going to be a weird one to listen back to, because I have no recollection of what I talked about. This could be like a hidden episode that just doesn't get uploaded, and I just go do this dumb facial hair one and upload that. So maybe you never hear this. Maybe this was all just me talking to myself. If that's the case, that's not bad, because I still enjoyed this time. I had a good, hopefully an hour, hopefully not 45 minutes. But yeah, either way, I did it for myself, which felt good. So Airin, thank you for being here, talking to me. Thank you for your time, and that's all I got for you. Airin, out.